It's now Tuesday morning, and having spent the weekend in the Whitchurch Arm, it was time to move Amy Jo. Chris had left for work, and Smudge and I cruised Amy Jo on through three of the lift bridges on towards Moss Bridge, which we found a nice visitors mooring just about a mile short of Prees Junction. We spent the night there with a handy car park for Chris to bring the car to, and then we carried on the next morning while Chris was at work, turning right at Prees Junction, and the plan was to stop at Hampton Bank, but having spoken to the marina they could take us early, so I cruised Amy Jo up to the marina and prepared to go into the dry dock.
Whitchurch Arm, where we're moored, ends just beyond that bridge you can see in the distance there, and it used to run down through this way and then pass down that away through there in towards Whitchurch, but as you can see it's all overgrown and it's all been filled in. However, there is plans to continue it. Now if we look on this map, Amy Jo's moored here where my finger is, and the canal ends here, sorry, beg your pardon, at this bridge here. So the plan is to extend the canal into a new basin just here. They can't continue any further because there's houses being built on, which is a real shame, but that will be the site of the new basin running down that way, which follows the course of the old canal, but I have a feeling that they're going to have to put locks in here, because if I pan back slowly you'll see that it's actually going uphill. Excuse Chris. And there's quite a rise leading up to that bridge, so I think there may have to be some locks somewhere. Well, good morning everybody. It's the 20th of October. It's Tuesday morning, 8:30. Chris has left for work an hour ago. She has to commute from here to Alford, which is a little village just outside of Chester, and we have spent a lovely weekend here in the Whitchurch Arm, and we stay put of a weekend because we only have the one car, and it's very difficult for us to cruise and move the car at the same time, so we tend to stay put for the weekend, and then when Chris commutes to work on Tuesday morning I then cruise the boat. We need to move on today. The plan today is to try and get to Bettisfield or Hampton Bank. We're still a couple of days ahead of schedule, so I'm hoping when we get to Ellesmere that the marina can take us in early and start blacking, but we'll see how we go. Anyway, at the moment it's a lovely crisp morning, touch of wind, and it's forecast to get windier today, so that'll be interesting. However, we're going to go anyway, so make yourself comfortable and enjoy today's cruise. Just passing Whitchurch Marina. It's quite a large hire boat fleet here. It's run by ABC Leisure now, but it was formerly run by Viking Boats. Judging by the fact there's still Viking boats here, I'm guessing that they're working in partnership now. A lot of the hire boat companies are starting to do this now. It's the only way that they can survive, and the season's still in. Due to COVID, the hire companies have agreed to keep going for another month till the end of October. So it's starting to quieten down a little bit. As you can see, some of the boats are in. That's the busy A41 you can hear in the background there. Okay, just done lift bridge number 1 of the day. We've got about 2 or 3 more to do, I think. So I've managed to work out the routine quite well now, and it seems to be working okay, so I'll try and video the next one, because trying to do it single-handed is a little bit awkward. Okay, so the first thing to do is stop the boat on the towpath side, and then taking the bow line we'll pull the boat towards the lift bridge Then with the bow line, we can walk across the bridge to the offside, and using the bow line, we can pull Amy Jo back across. And the reason for that will become clear in a minute. So as you can see, trying to film and do it single-handed isn't very isn't that easy. But we'll take the rope around the bollard, keep it nice and tight, bring Amy Jo across, and with Amy Jo secure on the offside by our bow line, we can come across. I can wind the handle to raise the bridge. Bridge now raised. It's a simple case of pulling Amy Jo in, walking through the boat onto the stern and motoring through. With Amy Jo now through the bridge hole, just leaves me to wind it down. And there we go. Second bridge of the day. Done. Just done the last of the lift bridges for now, the third one, and there's a hire boat behind me, so I've left it open for them because they've got to fall through. By the time I got it down, they'd be there anyway, so hope they don't mind. Isn't a great deal to film along this stretch at the moment. Just the usual wooded trees on one side, farms on the other. Quite pleasant, and the wind is getting up a bit, so that's why I'm not doing much filming at the moment. I'm trying to concentrate keeping the boat in place. It's manageable at the moment, but it is due to get up later today, so I'm a little bit concerned. But we'll see. We're through 3 of the lift bridges. We've got one left before we make the turn at Prees Junction, and Smudge is being a pain. In terms of canals, the Llangollen is a relatively new canal. It was actually wasn't actually completed because it ended at the River Dee in Llangollen. The plan was originally to link it to the Dee and then go on up into Chester and make the loop. With the advent of railway trains and what have you, money fell short and it was never completed. But one of the things about the canal is being a fairly new canal, with slightly more modern technology building it in the day, you end up with very long straight stretches like this one. It's quite pleasant, but there are several very long stretches that sort of disappear into the distance. This one. So, lots of farmland and scenery to see, but not lots of film, to be honest. Well, I'm moored up for the day, having an early stop today. It's 11:30. I'm about a mile short of Prees Junction at Bridge 44. However, there's not much mooring space with vehicle access, so it's a case of stop here for the night. It's a bit on the remote side, as you can tell, but we've got a good mooring. It's quite remote, as I've said, but there is a car park, which means when Chris comes home, if she can find me, then she'll have somewhere to park. Well, I'm glad we made the decision to stop when we did, because the heavens have opened up and it absolutely threw it down just now. There's a fantastic rainbow there, and the boat you can see at the end there, that is baked on board. The pizza boat he's just come past, he's just been in Ellesmere for blacking and a repaint, and the boat looks absolutely fabulous. Paul done a cracking job of her. So but there you go, sun's out now, so hopefully the rain will stop for a bit. Good morning, folks. It's now about 8:30 in the morning, 9:15 and we've just got underway now, and true to form, it's raining, so hence why I'm filming under the hood. Got the canvas cover up. Got Prees Junction ahead with a lift bridge, and as luck would have it, I've got a boat in front of me who's offered to who's offered to lift the bridge for me and leave it open, so I should be able to just go straight through and then close the bridge. It's a grey, murky day out there. Spits and spots of rain, not very nice, but hey ho, we've got a deadline to be at Ellesmere on the 24th. It's now the 21st, so we've got a couple of days to go yet. We're about a day's cruise from Ellesmere at the moment, so I don't know how much filming I'm going to get done today because of the rain, but do sit back and enjoy. Oh, just done our first and only lift bridge this morning. Next is Prees Junction, and then Blakemere, and finally Ellesmere. We'll see how far we get today. The plan is to get to Blakemere and stop, but we'll see what the moorings are like when we get there. It's a very popular mooring spot, so it'll be interesting to see what we get there. Smudge and I are still cruising in the rain under the cover, as you can see. Just been in contact with Blackwater Marina, and as luck would have it, they can get us in early, possibly later today. So we're going to try and cruise up to Ellesmere and get moored up outside the marina, and then see what happens, if it's either today or tomorrow. So a couple of days early is excellent. That's good news for us, because it gives us more time in the dry dock and we can get back before Wrenbury and Grindley Brook are closed. So we'll see how it goes, but for now it's still tipping down a rain and we're still cruising. Say hello, Smudge. Yeah, alright then, don't then. Well, I've managed to reverse in and find myself a spot in the Ellesmere Arm, which is most unusual because it's usually very busy. But this will do us until I ring the marina later to find out if we are going in the dry dock. Now moored up inside Blackwater Marina, ready to go into blacking. This is the shed we're going in. They've got a boat in there at the moment which they're going to move around, and then later today Amy Jo's going in there. But it's a lovely little spot. The sun's out and it's quite warm here, so we just sit and wait now. A bit tight, but we managed to get round and we're now inside the dry dock. And the pump is on. And the water level is slowly being pumped out, which should raise the dry dock and lower us onto the stanchions. It's going to take a while, probably tonight, before she's high and dry. But there we go. Well, overnight the water's been pumped out of the dry dock, and the net effect is the dry dock has now lifted, raised up out the water, and as you can see, Amy Jo is now high and dry, and we can see the propeller, the skeg underneath, and the blacking doesn't look too bad. In fact, quite pleased with it. It's done quite well considering it was done a year ago. Not bad at all. There's a really good setup they got here. This railing at the top actually folds down and becomes a walkway when they're not working here. Excuse the finger. There's also gridding at the bottom for them to walk on, and as you can see the side of the boat here. So overall, the general appearance of the hull seems to be pretty good. Not too much has come off. A few bits where he's done some scraping there. The sacrificial anodes here, there's 3 on each side, one either end and one in the middle. They look good. So they're there to protect the steel. They corrode away instead of the hull. So otherwise, not too bad at all. I'm happy with that.